You can juice rice and almonds. You can juice whatever you want.
Flux, if I come to your house the next time and Broken Ideas just has a giant, like, trampoline-sized, like, cheesecloth just filled with cows trying to strain water out of it, I'm leaving.
Juicing a cow.
Don't judge my cow cloth.
Previously, on the Genshin Impact TTRPG, the ex-knight of Favonius Hine found himself in the Angel's Share. Charles the bartender had his hands full with the many patrons that were littering the pub that night. Not far away, a mercenary from Liyue sat at a bar, eagerly anticipating his drink. Just then, a mixed-breed wanderer known only as Azure entered the tavern, asking about blue-horned Oni. Before any information could be garnered, a drunk couple entered and made a scene. Due to the recent weeks of peace, many mercenaries have been willing to take on any odd job. Yinshen decided to investigate this matter himself. Along the way, Azure was stopped by a frantic merchant, claiming that he was attacked by blue-horned monsters in the forest. The three adventurers decided to help him, each for their own reasons. It didn't take long before they traced the merchant's path back to his camp just north of the Whispering Woods. Together, the three dispatched the troublesome hilichurls handily. During the fight, Azure discovered that these hilichurls had horns on their masks that were dyed blue, a strange phenomenon. I apologize in advance if my voice is still a little gross.
Yeah, I'm just getting over sick too, so no worries.
It is fine.
I just got this tickle that just won't seem to go away.
Everybody stop tickling him, jeez.
I
can't.
I'm
It's too
afflicted
fun.
by a terrible disease known as life.
It's a thing that exists.
It is. He's not lying.
Every
folks.
day.
Yeah, basically, what I think we ended up deciding to do was, so at the end of your adventure last time, it was late in the evening, so everyone was basically retiring for the night, and I think we were going to essentially time skip to the morning of the next day.
Correct, because we had just gotten the guy's spice back or something.
Yeah, we got the guy's supplies back, we returned back to town.
Most, if not all of us, are potentially homeless.
I think we determined that Yinshen lives next door to Mona.
I rent a little house near Mona.
Yeah,
I
she
scry
lived
the
next to
little
Mona.
blood.
I was outside camping because kind of as a wanderer, I'm used to that.
I'm pretty sure Hein just like fell asleep on a crate by the docks or something.
Hopefully you picked a comfy crate.
Well, I don't know if
Oh, Hine's
I don't-
homeless?
No, I just think that's where he ended up sleeping.
Oh, okay, I see. So he stayed up and went back to the Angel's Share then.
Or either that or he just went to go like try to like fish or something and then just like fell asleep while fishing.
Makes sense.
Let's be
But,
honest.
we're
I mean,
him,
he
you
was
never really
pretty much the tank without being the tank.
He is a very angry boy that likes to scream a whole lot because he's very easily provoked.
With how
Why
much
aren't you
damage he took,
screaming?
it wouldn't be surprising.
So I am trying to fill out
Oh god,
the
Wagner.
mondstadt map. Wagner is huge. He ate a potion.
Quick,
Big
kill
Wagner.
the giant! It's Attack on Titan! I knew it!
Big,
Come back to
big
haunt me.
Wagner.
You ate too much fisherman's toast.
Yeah, too
Very
much
large
fisherman's toast.
Mayo, don't you be knocking fisherman's toast now. I love my ketchup bread.
Ketchup bread. And don't forget the onions. Ketchup
Don't
bread
forget
and
the
onions.
onions.
Stray, by the way, I'd like to imagine that fisherman's toast is just straight raw white onion. It's not cooked or caramelized.
Yeah, it's not even cooked. It's just you
Yeah,
cut
yeah.
up an onion.
I've examined the picture very thoroughly. It looks like it's the purple onion. And it looks very raw, yes.
Out of every dish in the game, that's the one you've stared at intensely, is fisherman's
I've stared at a lot of the food. Because I'm trying to figure out how to draw anime food.
Another
wow.
Titan has appeared, guys. Gotta go kill him.
Yes.
How to be an artist. Stare at other stuff really intensely, and then steal the stuff that you like.
That's not right. I have a lot of artist friends. I heard it's a multifaceted stage affair where you sit down, you have an idea, you start it, you hate it, you cry yourself to sleep, you wake up, you have a dream, you're trying to remember what happened in the dream, you forget what happened in the dream, you go do something else, and then you cry again.
Yeah, it's also that.
All of my
Lots
points of
of
reference for what it takes to
crying
be an
and
artist.
procrastinating and psyching yourself up and trying to get it done, and then looking at the clock and seeing that an hour has passed and you've only gotten like a very ugly sketch done. And
I feel
nothing
bad
else.
that that dude's freaking in the ocean. Feels bad.
Like that episode of SpongeBob where it's just like,
And some of these,
Break time.
and...
had a last minute decision to just kind of make like a sort of
I
interactive
see
map
Duff
sort of thing.
way over there.
I like it.
Way
Oh, you know what?
over
I
there.
don't need to call him Draft. I'm using him as a placeholder. It's supposed to represent Springvale. That's where the little village is. Outside of the city.
You could have put
What,
a windmill.
what if Draft's last name
Yeah, I
is
guess I
Springvale?
could. Yeah, it could be.
Well, I guess Draft.
That'd
is
make his
what you
daughter
think of when you
Diona
think of
Springvale.
windmill.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the whole session. It's just me uploading tokens to this map.
Basically,
That's
yeah.
You know,
exciting.
I think I've seen a hentai about a giant woman. Just saying, I think we could leave her giant.
I've seen multiple, if that accounts for anything.
You know what? I have to be honest. That is a really weird trend that's popping off in Japan right now.
Very.
Giant woman.
For like doujin and stuff, like even in anime and manga, like even outside the like really hentai stuff, it's like giant women.
I
Japan,
keep seeing feet.
If I can understand.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of feet on Facebook. I'm like, guys, keep that to yourself.
I
one
can
needs
only
to
imagine
know
it's
about
an
your
offshoot
feet.
of Vol, like wanting to be swallowed, right? And then the next logical conclusion is, well, how do we do that? Well, either you got to get small or the other person has got to get big.
or both.
I guess.
Yeah.
Eat a tiny ant. Ant vor.
That's not a sentence I ever thought I'd hear today.
Yeah.
Beauty
bit
of the
unfortunate.
internet.
Dude, I say it all the time. I swear, I know the map of Genshin more than I know the map outside my own house.
Well, I mean, Flux, that's actually correct because you really have no idea where you're going half the time. I'm just telling you.
I get there
I watch a
eventually.
ton of One Piece. If Zoro can go wherever and end up where he needs to be going, I can.
Just wait until I get a giant robot and I can just pilot my Gundam wherever I need to go. Also, can we get another token for Veronica over by the church?
Okay, yeah, hold on.
And now that I'm talking about the church, put another one on the side of the church for Albert trying to peep in on Barbara. Mona is the Sayori of Genshin Impact. Constantly hungry.
She is, because she's poor.
Exactly.
She eats a salad.
Well, she eats a salad.
A single fried egg.
Hey, don't knock the fried egg. That cures death in Genshin.
But yeah, all you gotta do is literally just plop it right on top of the dead person's face and then they revive.
Like I said, we ended off the night. It is the start of a brand new day. And I will leave it up to you guys, kind of what you want to do. I know everyone kind of rested for the night. Azure, you said you camped, like, outside the city, right?
Yeah.
Well, Yinshen wakes up, and he gets ready for the day, and he looks out his window, and attempts to look into a certain neighbor's window across the street.
Oh, really? Is that where we're going with this?
Already.
That did not take
It's just
long.
a morning look. I didn't say he's gonna go talk to her or anything.
You hear snoring coming from across the room.
And through the window.
Yeah.
I'm just looking out my window.
Okay. Alright, well, you still hear the snoring. So
Okay.
you don't see anything.
Oh, okay.
The blinds are closed, Broken Ideas.
Dang it.
Not this early. We gotta keep the viewers in
Okay.
just something to look forward to.
Mildly disappointed, Yinshen leaves his house and goes to the bridge.
It's okay, I'll send you a link later.
And say it's not that hard these days. You got Google.
Yeah. I found a Reddit thread actually.
Alright, so Yinshen is heading towards the bridge.
I forgot I can move my character around.
Alright, you got something in mind? Like, is there
Okay.
anything in particular he's trying to accomplish?
Do I see some pigeons?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, there's always pigeons.
It's running through
Are
this
they
early.
grouped together
Doing
on the bridge in a certain spot?
Yeah,
I
I'd
mean,
say
are we
there's a
gonna go
few
ahead and do the
pigeons right
dailies
over
too?
here. Right next to a small, unassuming boy.
Okay, I gather up some vision energy
Uh-huh.
on my pointy finger. I aim it right at the middle bird.
Like Frieza Death Beam style.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. And I go pew really fast.
Lightning streaks from your fingertips, and it just chain lightning strikes through all the pigeons on the bridge. And they're just lying there, slightly smoking.
Crispy.
The young boy puts his hands on his head and just yells, "Ah! No, what have you done? My pigeons!" He runs over to one of them and kind of starts poking its chest, trying to give it CPR.
He just holds it in his little hands.
Lux, I love your little boy voice.
Yinshen walks away, giggling,
Satisfied.
before the boy can notice him.
Alright, you've done enough here, I guess.
I want to point out as well, Hein is leaning up against a street pole in the courtyard of the city, just watching all of this happen and just face palming the entire time.
It's like if Hein had a nickel for every time he saw someone kill all the pigeons.
Yeah, if he had a nickel, he was one of the ones that
do
killed
things.
It's part of the initiation into the Knights. That's why Noelle hasn't made it yet.
Look, it's not Genshin if somebody doesn't traumatize Timmy. You gotta traumatize Timmy.
Oh, we have to traumatize... Okay, I got you.
Yinshen does not see anyone from the previous night at the moment. Mostly because he's not looking very hard.
Yeah.
I'm literally right here.
Mm-hmm.
No, that light post blocks you pretty well. Yeah.
People are not immediately in my peripheral vision. They do not exist.
So Azure, watching the entire scene play out with the pigeons, walks up, looks at one fried, picks it up, says, breakfast, and proceeds to return to camp.
Nice. Good. At least someone didn't waste the pigeons. Timmy's just sitting there crying the whole time.
Good.
Okay, two of us have the traumatized Dimmy done.
Start of every session, traumatize Timmy. First goal.
Looks like somebody's not keeping up on their goals.
Well, at some point, as you're walking through the city, someone from the Adventurers Guild will walk up to Yinshen and hand him a note and explain that Katheryne has information for him.
Is it just like the courier from Skyrim?
Yeah, pretty much.
He reads the note, realizes it's probably important, and goes to visit his favorite receptionist. It's not like she's the only one.
Alright. As soon as you approach, her eyes meet yours, and she recognizes you immediately.
Oh yes, hello, Katheryne.
Ah yes, greetings, Yinshen. I have found the information that you were looking for yesterday.
Oh yes, that information that I absolutely still remember.
Because it hasn't been like 3 weeks or something since we've recorded. You had asked her about the location, or at least some sort of information on the blue-horned
Okay, I will
creatures.
write that down this time,
Mm-hmm.
so I will remember.
She explains to you that she has received a few reports of some adventurers within the last few weeks who have noted during their travels that they have seen some hilichurls with blue horns on their masks.
Again?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It
I
must
certainly
be a
hope
trend
this
of some
isn't a
sort.
wild goose chase yet again.
She'll hand you a note with the names of a couple different adventurers who had left these reports. And she states that you could probably ask them for more information on what they saw.
What names are on the note?
There are two names, Isabella and Richard.
Isabella. I know her. She's near the Good Hunter, right?
Yes, she is.
Okay.
You'll also recall the name Richard, unless it's just a similarity. Richard is the name of the adventurer you ran into last night, who was drunk, and you knocked into the crates.
Oh, joy.
Yeah.
I'll go to Isabella first. I walk past Katheryne after thanking her for the information, and I head straight through town to Good Hunter.
Alright, as you approach Good Hunter, you are greeted with the nice familiar smells of the restaurant. It is got a nice savory aroma of various omelets and meats cooking, as it's still early in the morning, so
But do I
quite a few
smell
adventurers.
sticky honey roast?
Nah, it's too early in the morning for sticky honey roast.
Dang.
That takes time to make.
I look around for Isabella. I'm assuming she's near the entrance.
Mm-hmm.
I approach Isabella. I hold my notes like a good boy. And I say, Isabella, good to have found you.
That's my name, don't wear it out.
I was speaking to Katheryne just a moment ago. She had given me information that for a commission I'm working on right now. And she had told me that you had some info on these blue horns.
She takes a bite of her omelet and then takes a nice long drink from her juice. You know, taking her time, grabbing a napkin, patting her mouth, and then looks up at you and says, "You don't remember me, do you?"
Called her Isabella, didn't I?
Because if you had remembered me, you would probably be apologizing right now.
Was she with Richard?
Yes, this is the female who was with Richard last night. So, you've caused her quite a bit of trouble already.
Oh, of course, Isabella. I profusely apologize for the mishaps that happened last night.
Yes, I'm sure that you do. She looks up at you and says, "You know, that crate wasn't the cheapest thing in the world, I'll have you know."
Why are you so good at a sassy woman?
Because that is truly who he is on the inside.
It's my inner persona. She'll stand up from her table as she's almost done with her food, and she'll say, "I have some information that you're looking for, but it will probably cost, I'd say, about as much as that crate from the Dawn Winery last night, which is 100 mora."
Yinshen does his best to look pleased. Why, yes, of course. In fact, I just got paid for a job last night. But you see, it was a little tight. So, I could probably give you about 90 mora.
Alright, so you're gonna try and haggle with her?
A wee bit.
Alright, give me a diplomacy check then.
Okay, let me remember how Roll20 works.
Alright, looks like all three were successes. So, something about either the way you were standing, or maybe it was your smile. Isabella seemed pleased by it, and she said, "Alright, I suppose mistakes happen, but I'll take what you have then."
Yes! His charm worked. Good boy. Alright, I hand her the mora, and she gave me the information.
Yeah, so she starts to tell you, and she goes, "I don't know why you're so interested in these blue-horned hilichurls. They're not all that interesting. A bit strange, sure, but nothing spectacular. Although Richard doesn't seem to like them too much."
Well, you see, I'm a little low on jobs at the moment, so basically taking what I can get.
Yeah, it's pretty tight lately. But alright, the last time I saw them was about 2 weeks ago. They were a little south of Springvale. We were on a mission together, Richard and I, and we had run across them. They were particularly aggressive, which is why he was so flippant about them. He barely made it out without getting overwhelmed.
Hilichurls can be quite a nuisance when they're numbered like so.
You're telling me. At least they've been quiet lately.
Too quiet. It's never good when hilichurls of all things get quiet.
Anyways, I hope you have what you need.
Yes, thank you. I think this information will be most helpful.
Alright. After that, you see her walk back over to Sarah of Good Hunter. She uses the mora that you just paid her to buy another meal.
Okay. At least it is nutritious. With newfound information on possible locations of blue horns, Yinshen remembers that those people who helped him last night were very helpful and kept him from being dead. So he would have wished to look around for them before he heads over there. So now he will actually look around for people. Where, oh where can my companions be?
Been standing in the same spot the entire time.
Oh, don't worry, I got an interaction point. That's great. So Azure enters. Move.
Enter stage right.
Yo, move. There you go. For some reason, I had trouble clicking on him when he was fully under the dude here. Damn it, dude.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's fine now.
You shouldn't have control over those.
Yeah, I don't. Just weird. It's like for some
Very
reason
weird.
I couldn't click for a sec. That was weird. But I got it. I'm
I
good.
think we can highlight them though if we wanted to.
Yeah. There was but either way. Azure proceeds in, notices Hein, and asks, "Have you had breakfast yet?"
Huh? No, I can't say I have. What's up?
Azure throws him the fried bird, not explaining what it is. He goes, "Here, eat."
For real? What in the world have you been up to this morning?
He goes, "I just found him. Didn't kill him."
I just found it
just
like
found
that.
it.
I don't know. It's like that when I got there.
Dude, I'm not eating this.
Azure proceeds to take a bite of his. Why? They're good.
Hein then looks down at it and realizes that he doesn't want to get on this guy's bad side and it's just like, thank you, and then puts it into his pack.
About that time, you'll see a crying boy running through the streets asking for his mother.
Mommy, the birds are dead again.
Hein does that thing where like he looks in like one direction, he looks back again, and then looks back, and he's pointing his fingers the whole time. He's like, "Did you take any of Timmy's?" And then he just like cuts himself off. You know what? Never mind.
Azure looks at him dead-faced. Said, "I'm not the only one with one. Maybe you should check your bag, good sir."
Ooh.
Ouch.
Partner in crime.
Not fair, man.
The Yinshen looks around. Okay. Got the words out.
Who needs
He
words?
notices the blonde man and the big giant blue horned man from
The
yesterday.
big reliable bear.
There you go. He's very visibly excited and rushes over. He's like, gentlemen! Good news!
Good news, everyone!
I realized it sounded like that as I was saying it. Thanks to my wonderful connections, I have new info on those special blue horn. They were seen last south of Springvale. Could be more hilichurls, but is the only lead, as we have it.
Well, it's better
Azure
than
looks
nothing.
at Yinshen and asks, "Have you had breakfast?"
Well, yes, I had a fried egg this morning. The breakfast of champions. With fisherman's toast. Quite lovely.
Azure looks over to the bridge, amazed you didn't eat all of that you killed, and takes another bite of the meat.
He takes a quick glance at the bridge, a quick little glance back at Hein and Azure, and then he just kind of, I don't know what you're talking about, sir. Anyway, if we want to be getting to Springvale, we should probably head off as soon as we can.
Hein face palms at
quite
this
far.
and goes, good job at dodging the question.
Well, yes, thank you.
That wasn't a compliment.
I'll take it as one anyway.
Azure looks around. Yinshen, you're right. We should leave. I think that boy's returning with his mother soon.
Off we go then. Yinshen just kind of scurries across the bridge.
Hein is the last to walk away, so the group just like trailing behind at like a very like sauntering pace, and it's just like, why am I traveling with you two?
No, I'm not really sure what Yinshen's worried about. Timmy didn't know it was him.
Something tells me Yinshen is just constantly on edge.
Well, maybe he has a backstory reason why.
Oh, really?
Azure, walking on the bridge, picks up another bird.
Oh, God.
A second, throws it back. Throws it back to
Considering
Hein and
that-
says, "Breakfast is important."
Considering that Azure is an Oni, just paint me a picture here. You see, when he picks up a pigeon, as in a very small charred bird, and takes a bite out of it, like, how much of this bird is he, like, devouring in one bite?
Azure is half Oni, half human. He's the size of pretty much a normal human plus just an extra foot. He's not.
Gotcha. I didn't know if he got the physical height and strength and stamina from an Oni.
No, I don't think I included it. I do have a sheet seeing that the average height in Genshin is more related to, well, not directly related to us. He's just 6 something.
Okay.
How tall is Ito?
Not that tall.
Yeah, I don't know how tall Ito is, but he's pretty tall. I mean, he's one of the tallest models in the game.
Well, yeah, but he's also got those shoes on that raise him off the ground.
Yeah, he's got the platform
I'm
shoes,
not sure how
too.
tall he'd be if you took those away.
Oh, he has the sandals. I forgot he has sandals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because everyone in Inazuma has the sandals.
Not everybody. Only half.
Almost everybody. Ayato doesn't.
No. Ayaka
He's got
doesn't.
dress shoes.
He doesn't.
Ayaka's got... She's kind of wearing sandals.
No, wait, but
They're
not the
fancier.
platform, like clog sandals.
Yeah, not the
with shoes.
old-fashioned
He would be
clogs.
centimeters. He's 193.4. That comes out to 6.3 feet.
Ah.
Okay.
Tall boy.
Yeah.
Point out specifically, Hein is also around 6 foot tall. Like 6 foot tall exactly, but he's slouched over most of the time.
Yinshen's probably 6 foot as well. I would say he's the tall model.
Looks like we got a bunch of big boys.
God, that
Big
just makes it so much more
boys.
horrible that Timmy's on the bridge and
Playing
just sees a
with
giant
the big
figure
boys
lightning
now.
everything.
So if you guys are traveling to Springvale on foot, it'll probably take you a couple hours to get there.
Are there caravans?
Yeah,
I mean, I
you
know
could
there's-
probably flag down a caravan.
But that's money.
Yeah, it would cost you money though.
How
I'll
much
take
money?
the walking.
Well, how much do you
How
have
much
left?
money?
Well, I haven't spent any.
I know,
was more for
I'd
Yinshen.
spent 90.
Whose fault was that?
The punishments for my shenanigans. Who would have known?
Yeah, repercussions for your actions?
Repercussions for my actions. This isn't how it's supposed to go. It's current year.
When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
Yinshen's gonna vote to walk, cause money. Mora.
How much is it?
If you ask around with a few of the merchants in the area, they say they would take you on as a passenger for about 20 mora a piece.
20 Mora?
I'll hold off. I'll walk.
Yeah, let's just walk for now.
Ah, Yinshen has an idea. Yinshen's going to approach the caravan, the nearest one.
Do the sneak attack.
Yes, I will-
Steal it, yeah.
I will teleport through them and stab them.
Steal
Okay.
caravan.
I roll for normal attack. Anyway.
Elemental burst.
Is it horrible? I just totally picture after that, as we're leaving, we look back on the bridge, poor Timmy runs up, Dad! No! And just like, oh god, we killed this kid's bird and his dad. Run! Or family member. Just
We can't
uncle.
exactly do that latter part. We did do the former. We can't actually do the latter. I hate to be the one to tell you this one, but
Oh, we can.
Timmy's dadless. He
Yeah,
has
Timmy
no
is
father.
dadless, unfortunately.
he's kind of like Anakin Skywalker.
I think he sits at the bridge.
Wait, are you saying
waiting
he's
for his dad to
Anakin?
come
So
home.
Asher's gonna turn around and prevent the death of a bunch of younglings.
Oh gosh. I said like Anakin. There was no father.
Yinshen.
Hey, no, Anakin had a daddy. It was Korea.
Of course. We're not getting into a Star Wars conversation in the middle of the freaking Genshin Impact tabletop. Moving on.
Too much nerd for one video.
Alright, but Yinshen was up to something?
Yinshen approaches the guy looking pleasant.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, who is the caravan driver?
It's a merchant. He tells you his name. It's Felix.
Okay. Hello, good sir. My travel companions and I here are heading towards Springvale.
Yes. I already told them. It'll be 20 mora a piece.
Well, you see, sir, I was thinking that there's been a lot of hilichurls lately. You could use some protection, yes?
Alright,
If you're heading there?
make another diplomacy check.
Okay.
Very diplomatic, this Yinshen character.
Alright, it's only one success this time.
So...
So he thinks for a moment. He goes, Really, I've heard that it's been kind of peaceful lately. In fact, I didn't run into anything on the way up here.
But sir, you haven't heard of the hilichurls that have been spotted lately, have you? There may not be too many hilichurls, but the hilichurls are so much larger.
Alright, sounds like this time you're using deceit.
To your vehicle.
Sounds like this time you're using deceit.
Ah, okay.
Alright,
yes.
and looks like you get to roll 4 dice for that.
Oh!
You're better at lying than you are telling the truth.
4d6.
Yinshen, you've been playing wrong.
You should play to your strengths. Alright, you got 2 successes with that one.
Okay.
You can tell, being a merchant, he's trying to put on a poker face and act not so shaken up by what you said, but at the same time, it seems like he's weighing his options. He goes, well, I can't really afford it if you're telling the truth. So, he looks you up and down, sizes you up, and kind of goes, what are your credentials?
What are your credentials?
My credentials? Well,
What is your motivation?
Shouldn't Yinshen be known around Mondstadt by now?
You probably have a bit of a reputation, but I don't know if you've told him your name.
Okay, let me think of something on the
Is it a
spot.
positive reputation or a negative reputation?
That's true.
Well, sir, just last night, my friends and I here, we had protected the, what was that merchant's name?
His name was Reginald.
Reginald.
Sir Reginald. We protected his, no, we didn't protect him.
No, recovered.
Recovered his,
Salvaged.
what was left of his goods and wares from a band of hilichurls just last night. Pretend I said that eloquently.
Just last
Sure.
night, you say. Then I suppose there could be some danger lurking. Alright, fair enough. Alright, you guys can come with me for free then.
Splendid, sir. I'm sure you won't regret it. Well, I suppose we all hop in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unless someone wants to walk.
I imagine if there's a big pile of hay, Yinshen just kind of lays back in it.
Yeah,
Careful not to use your vision.
What's this guy transport?
He's got a few crates that have a bit of a smell to them. Might be
no.
perfume or something.
Pretty.
You all load up into the caravan. He ushers his horses and takes off. And you guys head off to Springvale, and you manage to get there within a little over half an hour.
Well, dang, these are some fast horses!
Well, yeah.
It takes me 20 seconds to spring from the front gates in game to the front steps of the town.
Oh, man. Can we borrow some of these horses and go to like a horse race or something? I have a good bet. Let's do this. Make some more.
Wait. This is impossible.
What's that?
There are no horses in Mondstadt.
There are no horses in Mondstadt. Or maybe this guy's not...
That's what
He didn't confiscate all the merchants.
Maybe he's
horses.
from Leeway.
Yeah, maybe this guy's from Leeway.
Okay, he might be from Leeway, and he's going back there and stopping at Springvale on the way. There you go.
A guy named Felix is from Leeway.
He's a half-blood. As a half-owning half-human, I am verbally insulted by her.
Oh gosh.
Alright, well fine. What about the other neighbor to Mondstadt? He could be from Fontaine.
Okay, you got me on that one. Okay. Well played, GM. Well played, Flux.
Ah, yes. The battle of the minds. Lore versus lore.
It just goes to show Dane Slip always wins in the end.
This is what happens when you have a bunch of lore geeks in the same room.
It's not lore accurate.
It's better to check it here than to wait till the comments get roasted.
That's
Forget
true.
the comment section. This is our game.
This is our game. We make the rules here.
Yeah. Teyvat has its own laws.
Yeah. So do we.
Exactly.
Wouldn't be lore friendly if we didn't have our own laws.
I mean, I don't think we actually do. Yeah. Okay, so we're at Springvale?
Yes, you guys are at Springvale now. It's a nice, lovely, quiet village, not too far away from the capital of Mondstadt City.
Nice
Several
to see you.
windmills just blowing in the breeze, and nice, fresh pine scent from all the trees.
I see Draft is overlooking his kingdom.
Yes, his small little kingdom with his little cat ears.
Yinshen thanks the driver as we all exit. Wishes him safe wares for whatever he's doing.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, G thanks.
Gee, thanks. I'm glad you guys got your free ride. Since I didn't run into any hilichurls, he calls after you as he
Well, sir, there's
trots
never
off.
any guarantee that you'll run into trouble.
Why do I have this horrible suspicion he's
Did
going to
he
be
say
coming
that
back?
he want to be attacked? Am I sure?
Well, he probably felt like he got scammed.
Well, yeah. Hein does like the typical anime, like kind of like smirking, like laugh, while also kind of like sadly laughing kind of thing, as he's trying to like not look as if like he totally just got found out.
Asher just says under his breath, what do you want to guess he gets attacked as soon as he leaves us here?
That
Are you
would
implying
be
that you will
funny.
be the one to attack him, or that he is just going to get attacked?
He's going to get attacked one way or another.
That doesn't answer my question, Asher.
Never said I would.
You know, you are hard to figure out sometimes, man.
Alright, so you folks are in Springvale. Is there anything you want to do while you're here?
Hein immediately notices Draft and then just like throws an arm up. Yo, Draft, what's up, man?
Yo, boy.
He hears you
What's
calling
up,
him and
man?
looks down from his post at the windmill and squints his eyes. He goes, "Ha, my word, is that Hein?"
Yo, what's up, man?
Apparently me right now, as he looks around at the windmill.
You never change, do you, Draft?
It's Draft. He's always drunk.
I'm not gonna lie, Flux, for a second I thought you were going to insinuate that Draft got high.
I thought so too.
Yeah, we'll have to call in Tanari.
He's
What
got,
mushrooms
he's got
did
a
you
What
whole
mushrooms
tray
did
of
you eat?
mushrooms.
With how cross-divide this place, maybe the guy's been sniffing too much Glade or something. All that pine freshness, getting high on nature.
Draft went foraging and
high
found a whole
on
root worth of
nature.
catnip.
So he calls out to you. He goes, What are you doing out here? Don't you have some business in that big city of yours?"
Something like that. I'm helping a few guys over here look for some, people.
Well, people are not hard to come by. Who are you looking for specifically? I might be able to help you.
Well, you see, we're looking for... He immediately turns on over to Yinshen and Azure. Who are we looking for again?
Asher
We're
just looks
looking
down.
for very large men with big blue horns.
Ah, yeah,
That
right.
does
And
not
then he
sound
immediately
right.
points at Azure, kind of like this guy.
Asher slowly reveals his sword. Do you really like him, Hein?
Whoa. Take it easy, man.
You can see Draft is inspecting Azure, and he seems to be sniffing the air as well. He goes, I haven't seen your kind around here before. What are you?
What are you?
What are you? Not who are you, what are you?
Not who are you, what are you? I'm gonna start using that in regular conversation.
Yes.
Shouldn't Draft be more sensitive since he is a weird race as well?
Perhaps, but he could be a hypocrite.
A weird animal.
That's
Just
not
looks up at him and
sensitive.
says, "What am I? The last thing you'll see if you don't shut it."
Ooh.
Ooh.
For real,
I like
man, you
that.
have got to chill out.
Do you want to give me an intimidate check on that, or
No,
like,
just
is there
saying it.
anything in particular? You're just saying it.
Just saying it.
All right. Draft's ears pick up. He goes, Hein, I'm not sure who you're hanging out with these days, but you should be a little
Somebody
more
threatened my
particular.
life.
Hey, I never said I was hanging out with them.
Well, fair enough. Sir, I will be keeping my eye on you. Just as long as you don't trouble the village, I won't have any trouble with you either.
They just stare at each other.
And then he just stares at
Intense
him.
anime eye battle.
Just staring contest.
Really intense anime ones where there's constant cutting back and forth.
Well, considering cats don't really blink, it's gonna be pretty hard for Azure to lose. There's no dialogue going right now. We're just actually having a staring contest.
Yeah, no. Honestly, no. Azure doesn't even participate in the staring. After he said it, he stopped paying attention, just started looking around. He's lost interest.
Can we get a readout of what your intelligence stat is, Azure?
Yeah. 0. Sorry, I had it laid out weird.
Oh, nice.
This explains a lot.
Just so we're clear, a stat of 0 is meant to replicate completely average in that stat.
Oh.
So,
well, if this is average,
as you gain bonuses, you are obviously above average, and anything less than 0 is deficient.
I would also like to note that Azure was wandering with a samurai for most of his life, and only up to the last year or 2 years he's been alone since his death, and so he doesn't trust anybody except unless they prove themselves.
Have any of us proved ourselves, Azure?
Yeah, because of combat rise. He saw your abilities. Everyone else is unknown.
Draft just kind of nods to Hein and waves off to him before going back to his scouting.
And to his catnip.
That too.
Back to his canteen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's drinking from his canteen.
Back to his can of tuna.
Is there anything in particular in Springvale you want to stock up on, like items or food or anything like that? Or
Well, to save on Mora, if I want food, I'd probably hunt for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, what food
Scouts
options
for it.
do we have available in Springvale? Is there a vendor?
Yeah, there is that one chef lady. What's her name?
Yeah,
Brooke,
the
I
meat
think?
cooking lady.
Oh, Brooke? Is that it?
Yeah, I'm
Brooke.
gonna be so impressed if I actually remember her name's Brooke. Well, assuming I named the file correctly, her name is Brooke. So, hey, I know Genshin
She
way
doesn't stand
more
over
than I
there.
should. No,
She
I know.
stands
I'm
over
naming
there
her. I'm
on
naming
the
her. There, Brooke. There, I'll put her everywhere she's
There,
supposed to
that's
be.
where she goes.
So yeah, she has a small little restaurant that she runs in
Just has
Springvale.
some
If you wanted to pick up
dishes
some
and
food.
bowls sitting on some rocks.
Well, that counts. May I inquire as to the items available for purchase from Brooke?
She has steak, chicken mushroom skewers, and northern smoked chicken for sale. Mmm.
Chicken of the North.
Chicken of the North Star.
Now I'm just imagining a chicken just throwing frickin' haymakers. I will purchase 2 chicken mushroom skewers, since they seem to be the most perishable and can last the longest.
How much are they?
Food items will be whatever food you get. It'll be 10 more per serving.
Yinshen will buy 1 skewer.
1 skewer. Alright, so as
One
long as you guys are
pickle.
keeping track of your Mora in your inventory, that's cool.
I want that chicken. Looks really
Yeah, I
good.
gotta admit, Genshin food does always look really good.
I'm hungry.
About that time, you'll hear some screaming off in the distance. Towards the south end of town, you'll hear a small young child running back into town, and he's yelling. He goes, "Help! Help! There's an attack!"
An attack!
Azure grabs his sword and starts running in that direction, but as he passes Yinshen, he says, "Don't kill this boy's pigeons now," and continues running.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't think that act is holding up anymore, Yinshen.
Draff will see the commotion as well, and he'll hop down from the windmill and try and gather some information from the child. Are you guys near with Draff, or are you running off with
Yinshen-
Azure?
I'm just kind of watching the
as he walks
entrance where he came from.
Okay.
He's just standing guard.
Kind of eavesdropping as he comes by, I guess you could say.
So, Azure, if you'll give me a perception check, and then while you're doing that, I can have Yinshen and Hein over here Draff and Pepe's conversation.
I forgot his name.
Yeah. So, obviously, being a child and being frantic, it's kind of hard to make out what exactly he's trying to say. But he explains that he was running around outside of town, and all of a sudden a bunch of animals appeared. Then
going to
there was
assume they're
this
not
merchant who was driving past, and the animals started attacking the merchant.
me right now.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Are we the good guys? Are we the good guys of this story?
Yinshen can't help but laugh a little bit to himself as he picks up the pace and runs in the direction of the attack.
And were you able to make your roll?
My perception is at 3.
He looks a little disbelieved.
3. Okay.
Disbelieved.
So, hold on.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. So you get one success. You think you can hear off in the distance some sort of skirmish, but you can't really make out anything specific. It might even just be a trick of the wind.
Yeah, I just moved mostly into just guard the area, so
Okay.
I wasn't running ahead.
Okay.
As Yinshen gets further away from town and more in the direction of the road, which I assume is where it happened since the merchant was traveling, he starts to hide behind trees a little more.
Okay, so you are leaving the town, heading down the road
Yeah,
in the direction of the danger.
wherever the direction of the attack was.
Okay.
Azure will actually follow Yinshen, so just Yinshen isn't alone.
Okay. And
Since
is
Hine's back
Hine
here
following
getting
as well, or are you still getting information from Draft?
No, I'm following.
Okay. Alright, as Hine leaves, since he's the last to leave, he will hear that Draft has gotten the information he needs from Pepe, and he is quickly gathering a party of hunters to head out to the area as well.
Oh, that's
Alright.
good.
Alright, let me go ahead and move you guys over as you head to the outskirts of town. As you head south along the path outside the village, you can hear not only the screaming of a familiar Felix, but you can also hear the grunting of a bunch of boar.
No,
Was
I
that
don't think that's what.
Felix?
I don't think those are what those called. It starts with a B. Bacon. There we go, guys. Let's get the bacon.
Yeah.
Mm,
Alright, so you see the scene unfolding before you. How would you like to react?
I'm gonna say Yenshin's probably behind. He's gonna trudge through these bushes.
Okay, so you're sticking to the bushes.
Yeah, which I assume he can do because it's not in combat technically yet.
Just give me a stealth check to see how quiet you are as you're approaching.
Sure.
I would
6.
probably macro your stealth since you're kind of a stealthy character.
Yeah, I need to make the shortcut.
Yeah,
Despite that, only 2 successes.
Oh, come on!
Mm.
I really do love the abilities being able to add macros.
This doesn't make sense.
I know. Alright, so you're able to make a decent distance up. Some branches and whatnot snap under your feet. But despite that, the boar don't seem to notice you, or if they do, they don't seem to care. They're focused on ransacking Felix's cart here and surrounding it. They're kind of just pushing into it a lot.
I want to ask, are we, like, I know this won't matter, but because boars also have a decent sense of smell, are we upwind or downwind?
That is a good question. So this here is technically south, since I'm saying you followed the path south. So, oh my goodness, is there lore for what direction the wind usually blows in Mondstadt? Is there?
I don't know.
I mean, Springvale's kind of near the
there's
Falcon
the wind from
Coast.
the north and the wind from the east. And
Yeah.
the wind from
Well,
the south.
we're on the east side of Mondstadt, so I'll say it blows eastward then. So the wind is blowing in yonder
East.
direction. So you're neither upwind nor downwind.
Okay.
You're sidewind.
Sidewind.
Sidewind, there we go.
Good thing boars don't have strong enough scent to smell sidewind.
Yinshin's gonna sneak just a bit more. He's gonna
Okay.
tumble quickly out into behind this rock.
Behind the rock. Alright. Yeah, and the rock's probably about 7 feet tall. So
Oh, yeah, it looks like a pretty
you can
big
stand behind it without your head poking over.
Okay. He's gonna sidle.
Sidle.
Whatever
Whatever that word is.
Sidle. I don't know what the right.
I don't know the word either. I've only ever seen it spelled.
Do I need to do another check?
No, your stealth check will hold from previously, but if you are advancing upon this, if everyone is good with it, I will go ahead and call for an initiative roll.
I saw Hine move. So I was waiting to see if Hine had any.
Yeah, for the sake of fairness, I'll let you guys kind of do one move each as, like, kind of preparing, and then after that we'll roll for initiative.
Yo, Final Fantasy rules. Let's do this.
I didn't make my initiative roll? Or is that what base roll
We
is?
figured out it was based on reflex last time.
I just thought I made a shortcut.
Yeah, I would probably make one for reflex and stealth for you, at least. Alright, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to prevent the whole turn order to disappear when you kill this boar again. So if we can all just remember that this little guy over here is not actually part of the fight. He's just kind of there to keep the turn order alive.
Okay.
Alright, so all the boars are at an initiative of 2. And
Okay.
you all have rolled...
So,
Yinshen, you rolled the 66. That was for your stealth, right? And then the 5d6 was for your initiative. So it looks like you have a stat of 2. Hein has 1 success, so you have an initiative of 1. And did Azure roll?
I haven't rolled yet because I thought Heinz was moving.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, yeah, you can roll now if you want, but yeah, I'll still let you guys have like your free move, kind of like how Yinshen got one. That way
Okay.
it's fair for everyone.
I
haven't
just
done
wanted to get into a stealth position because I was out in the open.
Yeah.
So mine just goes off a reflex, right?
Yes.
So I roll 6. Okay.
Again, since Azure and Yinshen are tied, I will allow you guys to decide amongst yourselves which of you want to go first.
Seeing I'm further back, I think it makes sense for me to go second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, sounds
Okay
good.
day.
We'll start things off. As you all are preparing for battle, as you can see, there's quite a commotion going on. The boar are spending their turn rocking the caravan back and forth. Unfortunately, I don't really have a token, so just pretend that the NPC here is meant to be him inside his caravan. Each of the boars will spend their turn ramming into it, and so it will drop down from 10 down to 7. Passing the turn over to Yinshen.
Yeah, okay. I see it now. Cool.
Felix is inside the caravan, kind of covering himself with some of the loose planks of wood that have broken off from the caravan already, and he's just crying out for help. He hasn't seemed to notice anybody approaching yet.
Well, if Yinshen goes first, he'll just sidle across this rock, and then he'll peek out at hopefully the boar, I think.
Okay.
Okay, well, I could
Over
reach
there.
it, and then I could attack it, because I'm right next to it. Yinshen will jump out from the bushes as quietly as possible, and use his elemental skill.
Alright, going straight for the skill. Keep in mind the caravan's right there as well.
Oh, right, I could hit that.
Well, how does your skill work again? It's a line?
It's a line.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a straight line. So if I don't go through two
Yeah.
boars, I could
Yeah, as long as you don't go through the 2 boars, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll that for me. 3 successes.
okay.
Nice. Alright, so you managed to completely ambush it and wipe
Alright.
it out.
Ooh! I dashed
So
through it.
now,
so
not
I'll be
only do you
here, I
have
think.
smoked pigeons from earlier, you now have smoked boar.
Bacon, guys. Bacon.
I have to remember to pick that up after the fight.
Yeah.
Yum yum.
And anything that isn't cooked, I can just cook.
Alright, so you're using your last action to move a little bit more?
Oh, I thought I teleported through it.
No, your skill does the whole blinding thing.
Oh, I keep forgetting.
Yeah, you're getting it mixed up with your charge attack.
I can stay where I am. That's fine.
Okay, so just take the defense action instead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, that's it for you then. So, Azure, you can see the commotion off in the distance, and things start off with a bang as familiar lightning bolt streaks across in front of you.
Well, Azure's just gonna charge right in. Yeah, I think I'll just move straight up. So 3, 4, 5. I guess 5 will put me here, and then with my last one, I think I'll just do all I could do is my regular attack. So I'll just normal attack it.
Okay. 4 successes, yeah. Just like before, it's plenty enough. How do you fight it off?
Pretty much just sheath katana, pull it out quickly, slash it, and put my sword back in. Nice, simple, clean.
Alright, it's up to Hein now.
Oh boy.
Come on, you can do it.
We all one hit. You got this.
Now, if you wanted to walk straight across this rock here, you could do so, but you'll need to make an athletics check so that you can cross the difficult terrain normally. Otherwise, you'll have to walk around it if you don't want to make a check.
I will definitely make that check.
Yeah, the difficulty on that's 2, so you need at least 2 successes. Whoa, that's weird.
What?
Looks like you got 1s on all of your rolls.
That's so unfortunate.
Wow.
Well then.
Alright, so as you begin to cross over the rocks, apparently there is a crack in one of the rocks, and so your foot slips in, and you stumble and fall prone right here.
Nice.
Right. And that'll take your 1 stamina, so you still have 2 more stamina. You are prone though, so 1 stamina will get you to your feet, and then you can continue moving after that.
I will do that. Then, is there some way that I can draw the attention of the last boar back this way, away from the caravan, so no potential damage comes to it?
You could throw a one of your skewers.
I mean, I could do that.
Yeah, you could throw some food. You can make an intimidate check to try and scare it off. You could maybe... I don't know, maybe do like a...
Yes, can I do a diplomacy check?
I suppose that would be the closest thing to, like, trying to communicate with the creature. But, yeah, I would probably rule that's closer to intimidate or something like that.
Yeah, it'd definitely be intimidate.
Well, considering I'm terrible at both of those, that's not really gonna work. Like, I don't want to, like, scare it away. Like, I just want to draw it towards me.
I think the best bet might be to throw some food.
Okay, well, I'll throw a chicken skewer then. How far can I throw a skewer?
Standard ranged attacks are about 5 feet out, so you could throw it to just shy of Azure.
Can I baton pass it to Azure?
It's within fighting range of Azure, so yeah, he could probably spend his reaction to catch it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
The question is, if the roll works, would Azure actually catch it, or would he just let it drop on the ground intentionally?
I think it depends on my reflex.
Well, I'm talking about from like a character. I'm talking about from a character perspective, like not from like a stat perspective.
Yeah, I don't think I would need to have you guys make a roll to do that. It's kind of like using an item.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, as long as you communicate to one another what you're doing, then it should be able to happen.
Hein will be somewhat vague and just yell out, "Azure, use this!" and then chucks a kebab at him.
Take this!
I feel like a freaking Pokemon.
We kind of part.
What about if I throw it really, really dramatically, as if I'm throwing a trading card?
Or throw it like a football.
Whoosh!
I
All the
summon!
anime lines. I mean, hey, it's anime. You can throw a card with it and have
With
it actually
precision.
travel through the air instead of just flick through the air and then land on the ground.
No, exactly. And Hein does have a rather nice coat.
That's true.
You know, for all of this stuff, it feels like there should be like a flair check or something, like a performance check or something.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, performance is a stat.
Yeah, that's right, it is.
I'm only passing this to you if Azure is going to be doing jazz hands while catching it.
Jazz hands!
We gotta insert the musical number at this point in the video.
Yeah. No. We can't do that. We got copyright. We'll get copyright.
Not unless you use non-copyrighted music.
Yeah, good old Kevin MacLeod.
True. I'm chucking a kebab to Azure, announcing that I'm doing it as well. So Azure should know.
So he's throwing it, and if Azure wants to catch it, you'll have to spend your reaction to do so. Otherwise, it'll just drop to just in front of you. Or just behind you, since you're looking at where the boar was.
So, okay, let me ask this. Is there a way I can try to deflect it?
Deflect the kebab?
Yeah. Put it more towards away from me and, like
use your sword to, like...
Yeah, use my
like
sword to try to push it forward towards the woods.
Okay,
Yeah,
I suppose that would probably be a reflex check.
Okay, and my reflex is... Hey, 6.
Alright, yeah, give it a try. I'd say that's a fairly difficult task, so I'll say the success rate on it is a 3. So as long as you get 3 successes.
All
He
right.
is a samurai, though. He has precision.
That's true.
Hey, I
Hey,
have
you
one.
got it. Alright, you can shoot it off 10 feet in any direction from this spot. So 10 feet in any direction.
I'll move it towards the wood.
Alright, so straight out that way.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, geez, there goes my frickin' food.
Alright.
Distract the cabal. It was supposed to distract the boar. And that
Alright.
is the way the wind's blowing.
Oh gosh, we're getting technical now.
You see,
Just saying, the boar will
the wind
smell
was
it.
blowing in this direction.
But will the boar
At
care if he just
12:45
watched
PM,
2 of his
while
comrades
the
get
chicken
killed?
flew at 5 miles an hour.
Seeing it's going
in
near
that
the
direction
woods,
as well.
chasing to pick it up and running to the woods may be a smart decision, but then again, he is a bull, so we'll see if
I was
smart.
about to say, the intelligence level of our enemy is like as much as my cat is.
Just
Yo,
sit
man,
back,
cats are clever.
sitting on the
But
ground.
I
Your
didn't say they
cat, I don't
weren't,
know. I don't know how particular,
Thank
but
you
cats
for
I know are
putting that
clever.
there.
But she is.
I'm so happy.
It's the small things in life. Apparently all it takes to make Broken Ideas happy is put a sad, piddly little skewer on the ground.
Let's say, I feel like this was not intended. It's like I didn't intend this to be a joke. I intended this to be a
Like an
a
actual
crazy
tactic.
strategy,
Yeah.
and apparently this has just devolved into a comedy act.
What's funny is mine and your character is considering it tactical. My character's thinking, oh, it's in the wind, the boar can smell it and retreat, and we can protect it. But I do picture Yinshen just dying at laughter, seeing it deflect in the ground, literally like bowling over laughing as we're actually trying to be tactical about this.
Out of character, what was you say? Does anybody remember that commercial where like it was like a bunch of people in the grocery store and like some like NBA basketball player would just like run around and like knock food out of people's hands and just go no 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 not here? Or
Oh
something
yeah,
like that?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nukambo,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
former basketball player. Look at where the skewer is, where I am, and where the caravan is. Yinshen would have been able to see me deflect it. So all Yinshen would have saw was the skewer being thrown and it bouncing to the ground.
Mhm.
Because the caravan's in the way.
Just in a different
Yeah,
location.
that's true.
Yeah, so
That is
Yinshen
true.
would have been able to calculate the fall, and then all of a sudden, why is it over there? Like,
Yeah, it's like
'Cause-
why did Hein throw it there?
Where did
yeah,
I hear it bonk
It's like, that's
off
some
of
pretty
something
bad
out of the
accuracy.
ground?
Alright, well, off in the distance, you can hear some rustling in the bushes as soon as the skewer lands. And
Oh no. I don't like wrestling. Oh no.
a couple more boar
Oh, no.
run out.
A couple.
Yep. So
That's a
one of
pair.
it will run over and immediately stop and start sniffing. The other one will rush over, running 5 speed,
Oh no,
up to
that's
Azure.
not good.
and it'll attempt to ram into him as it passes. So it will do 1 damage. You do get to roll your base roll of 2.
Hey.
Alright, not bad. Yep,
That's
you are
good.
able to shave that off. It will continue running past you. Since you have already used your reaction for the turn, you don't get an opportunity attack. And so it will run up to the caravan and ram at it, dealing 1 more damage to it. And it is back to Yinshen.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, he'll run up to this little piggy. I think a normal attack should be enough for it. And just stab it in the face.
3 successes. Yep, that's enough.
I mean, that is a pretty effective way of killing people. What?
Ah, yes, the good old tried and true stabbing people in the face.
Do the sneak attack.
Yep, the boar squeals out in pain as your spear puts an end to its life.
Yank it out.
And you've got 1 more thing. 1 more stamina.
Can I reach the other one?
I don't think so. You
You
could
have to
use
go
your
for it.
elemental
I have a
skills.
pole arm. It's a
Well, that's gonna
pole
nick
arm.
the caravan in the process. Wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
I'll get
base
myself
attack's
into
only
position.
1 action, so you can move and then attack again, couldn't you?
That's true.
yeah. Didn't you have to shift to reach the first one? Where were you standing?
Oh,
you were.
yeah.
I was here.
Oh,
yeah,
no, they were there
they were
because
there.
they.
I'll run here.
Okay.
My spear.
Alright, so that'll be your last stamina then to get into
Yeah.
position with this one.
get to position.
Alright. Falls to
'Cause
Azure.
I can at least flank.
Yes,
Okay.
that's true. You do have flanking benefit now, so Azure will have advantage on your attack roll.
Flank buff!
Alright, so I'm just gonna normal attack, straight up attack the piggy.
Yep.
Yeah!
So you'll re-roll all of your misses once. So it looks like you get to roll 4 more dice.
Okay.
Much better.
Nice. So that's
That
4
works out.
successes in total. Alright, that's enough to slay it.
That's a
So
good pig.
then I can move and base attack this one.
Correct.
Sweet.
Alright, only 1 success. So it kind of looks up at you as you're running towards it. Because even though it's eating, it's not completely unaware. And so it will use its reaction to kind of move off to the side, but not before taking the 1 damage.
So it's got the
So it
bobbins
is
now.
alive, but it is heavily wounded.
Yeah, I can get a kill. Let's do this, Hide.
Yep, it's up to Hein.
Don't fall off the rock, please.
I'm not going to fall off the rock. I'm going to jump off of the rock.
He fell onto the rock.
Not just
I
saying.
fell
he
into the rock.
Yeah, that's true. He fell into it.
He fell into the
I was on
rock.
top of it and then fell into it.
How do you fall
Yeah.
into a rock?
If
It's not just a rock, it's a boulder.
If I jump off of this rock here, do I need to make a check for that, or is that just count as me jumping?
Yeah, you can jump off of it without any sort of...
Yeah, because I don't think this
check
rock
rate.
is too high, right?
No, it's like the other one. It's like 5 to 7 foot tall.
Yeah, because I don't think you made me check when I jumped off that broken caravan in the previous one.
That's a good point, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Jumping
kind of like it
onto it,
only
you
takes a check
made
to
me
get
check,
up,
but
but not to come
not
down.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I spent my first stamina jumping off the rock. I will use my elemental skill to attack from 3 spaces away the boar.
Alright, yeah, up to 3 spaces. So yeah, it'll be just shy so that you don't have to worry about hitting Azure.
Yep.
Alright, your blast deals 2 more damage to it, which is enough to put it out of its misery.
Singed!
Indeed.
Cringed.
Alright, that is the last boar that is currently in sight. The Felix over here.
I don't like the word currently in sight.
Well, you know, I gotta use relative terms here as the narrator.
So I have one action I would like to do after the battle.
Okay.
Pick up the skewer, throw it back to Hein, and say, hey, he didn't eat it all.
I knew one of 2 things was going to happen. Either he was going to eat it, or going to tell me to eat it. And
There's
it was
like half a piece of chicken left, and it's got drool all over it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
got
did it eat it
a lot
all?
of slop.
You have to remember, I am a survivalist, so technically for me, nothing should go to waste.
Yeah.
well, Hein's got at least a little bit of tact. Not much, but he's got a little. So Hein is going to catch it and then immediately just chuck it on the ground.
I like the effort to catch it, and then just
And
put it
then
on the
just
ground
drop it.
anyway.
He just like casually, and then he just drops it.
Well, seeing it's probably covered in board goo, yeah, you probably don't.
And probably blood.
Boar
Yeah.
juice.
Wait, broken ideas. Did you just say boar juice?
Maybe.
Boar
Hey,
juice.
if you can juice fruit, you can juice anything, man.
Ugh.
Juiced boar.
You can juice
I am concerned
kale.
about you in real life.
I'm pretty sure I've seen kale juice.
Boar
You
kale
can,
juice.
you can
That's a meal.
juice
Cow juice
almonds.
is just milk.
Yeah. All the boars have come to an end. The caravan only has a little bit of movement left on the inside, and you see Felix poke his head out. He's clumsily waving a wooden board around as a makeshift weapon. He's all like, Who goes there?"
Yinshen puts his hands up and goes, Whoa, sir. Danger's past for now.
"Oh, it's you again. Ah, you came to my rescue.
Well, it appears we did.
Well, I appreciate it. If only you had gotten here sooner. Curse my luck."
Yinshen picks up some crispy boar and puts it in his knapsack.
Just
Yeah,
goes,
I was about to just pick up. I was gonna say, Azure was gonna pick up the meat that was lying next to him too.
Everybody picking up.
It can't be properly cooked, right? Like, what are the odds that it's properly cooked?
Not really.
I'll still cook it again.
Well, technically, both of my kills were just regular, so mine I can still technically cook mine.
Well, yeah. I stabbed one in the face. I could take that one.
So there was, 4 boars that died by non-electrical? I think the electrical one probably was overcooked, to be honest.
It's
Well,
probably
parts of it.
charred. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
All
does
black.
electricity cook meat, though?
Yeah, but it's really quick.
Huh.
It depends because some parts with electricity running through the body, some parts will be fried, unedible, but some aren't. So technically, you could dissect it, pull out the good parts.
This is all very fascinating and makes me very worried for the sake of our party.
Hey, it might come in handy later.
Will it?
Asher gathers up the meat and actually begins to cook it.
Nice. Just start setting up a campfire.
Right next to the caravan. Get that fire nice and close.
I'm over here. You see me, I'm away. You're the one next to the caravan.
Hein will approach the caravan, attempting to actually try to converse with the caravan owner as to whether or not he's actually okay or not.
Alright, so Felix is obviously shaken up a bit. He puts down the board and he profusely thanks you all for coming to his aid. And he'll just explain. It was so sudden. The boar just ran out of the forest like they were scared to death of something. And then they just started attacking my goods. I don't know why.
My goods. My wares.
But do you know what direction they came from?
Yes, it was to the east.
East.
And in
Where the
fact,
wind's blowing.
almost as if on cue, you can hear a roar coming from the woods. By the time all that happens, you hear a large squad of people approaching. And it seems to be Draff with a group of hunters from Springvale.
Oh.
So Draff approaches and goes, "Is everyone okay? What's going on?"
Don't worry, Draft, we got it. Situation's completely under control.
We're just
Mostly.
sitting around eating boar.
Mostly. And as soon as you're done saying that, you can hear another large roar coming from the forest to the east.
Hein
Well, I
points
guess
in
we
the
gotta
direction.
go walk in that direction
The
now.
mostly.
I think I forgot what the boar roar sounds like, Cross. Can you do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Grah!
I'm telling you, dude, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it actually is.
Yay.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Draft will look up in the direction and he'll call out for his hunters and send everybody out into the forest to deal with the threat.
Oh
All
boy,
at the
they're
same
going
time.
to die.
Yeah, all at the same time.
They are so dead. Yeah.
They're going to die.
I hope Diona has a babysitter.
A permanent babysitter.
She'll just hang out with Margaret more at the cat's
She'll
tail.
just go move into the cat's tail. That'd be funny.
Perpetually sleeping over at Cleese.
In the solitary confinement room.
Yeah, I guess Albedo would become her second dad.
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
Surrogate brother Albedo.
Yeah.
Surrogate big brother Albedo.
Asher stops taking a bite of the meat, looks at the people going to words, and looks towards back to everyone, says, "Should we follow to stop them from dying?"
Hein, in an attempt to persuade Azure as to the fact that we need to go and assist them, is just think about it. If it's a really big monster, it has a lot of meat.
I'm amazed yet.
That's very true.
Climbing through the trees to get to it.
Honestly.
I do not live to singe meat.
Pigeon,
Side
boar,
hobby at best.
giant boar. I mean, that would check off your bucket list, wouldn't it?
We don't know it's a giant boar.
Secret
From that
achievement
roar I
to
heard, it definitely is
singe
a giant
every
boar.
animal in the game at least once.
Boar King.
Yeah,
Ooh,
the giant
Boar
boar
King,
king.
yeah.
The giant boar king.
I'm sorry, you said
Motherfucker.
boar king, and the audio kind of went on mine end, and it sounded like you just said poor king, and I'm like,
Uh,
Oh no,
Oh,
no,
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 not
no,
that.
no.
Well, technically
Oh no, that's not good.
yeah.
Yinshen sighs, and puts down his meat, and walks into the woods.
Slowly walks into the woods.
Very
Yeah.
slowly.
Meal time's over.
Very sad.
Alright. Now, unfortunately, I don't think we'll have enough time tonight to kind of continue the story, so I think this is probably the best place to leave off on a cliffhanger.
No, Ninjago is a Lego.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's a Lego show. It's based on a ninja. It actually is a pretty good show, but you know how Lego
I've heard of
had
this.
Bionicle?
You're talking to like the #1 Bionicle fan in the world, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So they tried to redo Bionicle's legacy or trying to capture that success by doing a number of different things. You had
Did Hero
Nexo.
Factory fail?
Well, you had like Nexo Knights, and
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Nexo Knights.
it was horrible. It was
It
not.
sounds horrible.
But then they had a little short, little special movie called Ninjago. It was a two-parter. It introduced a group of 4 ninja who must get the golden weapons and stop the rising of the Dark Lord.
It was basically Arc 1 of Bionicle, except replace masks with golden katanas.
Well, they're not all katanas, but yeah, golden weapons.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry.
And each ninja kind of has a different element, and they use spin jitsu.
Spin Jitsu.
And what's actually
I love
cool,
that.
yeah, it's actually not bad. And then it got really popular. It was on Cartoon Network. So the next thing you know,
I remember seeing the ads for it.
they decide to do a season. And the first season is very successful. And next thing they know, the toys are selling out. And it's doing what Bionicle did, but also the little movies got so many views. Like, you know how Bionicle's movies got views, but they weren't big enough to ever do a show?
Well, mostly because they didn't really have the budget back in the day. That all they could really do was just direct to DVD movies. So,
Well, this Ninjago thing was the same thing.
huh?
It actually sold so well that they got a series.
Huh?
And then the series at the time really did. I mean, also it has an awesome theme song.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Shoot, I'd even listen today and it bops. So it came out on Cartoon Network in 2011.
It was a pretty big deal.
That was like
if we-
their biggest show
hold on,
until
let me
Teen
do it like
Titans Go
this.
came around.
So in 2011, Cartoon Network had like Symbionic
There's another
Titan,
Wow.
Amazing World of Gumball, and Ninjago. They also had Batman Brave and the Bold was ending, and Adventure Time, regular show, and those were in the middle of their continuous runs. Also, Star Wars: The Clone Wars ended that same time.
Yeah.
So, despite Adventure Time, regular show, and Amazing World of Gumball, which was, I think, Cartoon Network's biggest 3 shows, Ninjago was able to top Scooby-Doo, a new Scooby-Doo, and a bunch of other series, including Looney Tunes, etc., to go into 4th place. And actually, at one point, went over Amazing World of Gumball for viewership.
Oh, wow.
And
didn't
actually,
know
at
that.
one point, if I remember, I think it's the finale, without spoiling anything, of the third. It was this finale of the 3rd season actually was the most watched finale of the year, which means it actually topped Adventure Time and regular show. Which,
Ooh.
if you know Adventure Time,
Was a pretty big deal.
That was like their biggest show until Teen Titans Go came around.
All their fans are still crying for its disappearance.
I mean, but is Adventure Time really done though when there are specials getting released on HBO Max even up to 2022?
Wait, is there?
There's another one?
So yeah,
Wow.
supposedly they're going to be doing another one.
It's back!
Just let
I mean, it's
it
just starting
please.
getting ready, so it's not coming out this year. But
Oh, please.
The-
Mad lads.
yeah, so I think there's going to be some more. But yeah, you know, the one show I know they'll never bring it back, but the one show I felt like really deserved something more is because of how the characters developed. Is Actually, there's a couple, but I was gonna stick on. I'm gonna change my mind on the one I was gonna say. Originally I was gonna try to stick to Nickelodeon, but I think I'm just gonna have to stay and jump ship and go to Disney. Gravity Falls is probably the biggest one.
I've heard that's supposed to be a pretty big show.
If I ever recommend shows to watch, Gravity Falls is definitely one. Ninjago I'd watch because even if you got even if you didn't like Legos, which I mean who doesn't like Legos, but still.
Yeah.
If you watched it for the story, you could imagine this just being an anime or something without the Lego aspect.
Yeah. But it's just like a CGI, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually good. There's actually story, lore, and why they always have to come up with new ways to do powers and introduce new characters. It kind of works.
Well, that was the whole reason for why Bionicle was so popular as well, is that it was something that could give the kids that would buy the toys a motive behind what it is that they're building. It's why Bionicle originally saved Lego, because the only thing that was keeping it afloat beforehand was the fact that they thankfully had a deal with Star Wars, and that was the only sets that were selling, because kids knew what it was that they were building. They knew that if they were building like a TIE fighter, they knew that that was a bad guy, spaceship. And that's why they needed to create their own intellectual property.
And I think the reason Ninjago's so successful is as they added characters, they changed the ninjas' outfits each season, but it made sense because as their powers changed, their new outfits would actually be able to help them control it and use it. Like good. That's not unrealistic. So that would sell toys, but yeah, they also had some amazing mechs. I remember owning some of the Legos because they were just designed so well.
No, were they like actual brick type sets, or were they like construction sets like Bionicle were?
They were actual brick.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably why it did better than Bionicle.
Well, some of the parts did use different things, because some of the mechs were tall and skinny, so not everything used bricks. The ninjas themselves are regular generic bricks.
But there's mechs?
There are mechs, there's vehicles, there's bad guys. Yeah, I'd watch the show. I mean, all of it's on Netflix up until the final thing. There is one slight issue with Ninjago.
Okay.
Lego tried to modernize it by releasing a full-blown movie, just called Ninjago. It did well, it was good, but it has nothing to do with the series. Fans liked the animation so much that the show, which was originally titled Ninjago Legends of Spinjitzu, got its name changed to Ninjago, just Ninjago, without the Masters of Spinjitzu tagline.
Because that was the name of the movie, or?
Yeah, but they also changed the character designs to that of the movie. The characters themselves and what they went through didn't change, and the show didn't take off where the movie took off. It took off where the show took off. But they still just suddenly the characters look different.
Yeah, that's confusing.
It is, but they do explain that there was like a year or 2 year gap.
So it's like they got older.
So, yeah, and I mean, at the time of them fighting, I think they were still all teenagers. So that'd be like their mid-20s, and I think mid-20s people do change how they look. I'm just going to say this from my personal experience. I know more people who changed in their 20s than they did throughout high school.
I mean, there's that.
And then they also have if you guys ever want to listen to a song, that's amazing. The theme song, and they have a couple of them throughout the years, obviously, but the original 2011 one was by The Fold, a band called The Fold. And it's the Ninjago theme song, and it's called the Weekend Whip.
The Weekend Whip.
It's 3 minutes long. Honestly, listen to it when you can or now. Doesn't matter. Actually a good song. Like, I'd say I'd listen to it today, and it holds up because it's like, even though the show came out in 2011, they had like, I think the reason it also did so well is the show had strong like 90s Power Ranger show vibes in essence, and the song is like 90s garage sounding. So it's I feel like for younger audiences it hit, but it also was really popular with people who grew up in the 90s. And even in the 80s, I think it brought in the strong vibes of those. Because I know people who were way older than me who still watched it. Like,
yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's like Ponies. Ponies had legitimately good music.
I do have to say, cartoons really do either fall into two categories. They have really good music, or so really generically boring that it sounds like every other thing. It's like, it's not even like it's bad, it's just generic. There's like good or generic.
It doesn't sound like it has its own style or anything.
Yeah. See, that's wrong. We need to do it like back in my day. You had to go gather 7 Dragon Balls, summon a giant snarky ass dragon.
Just eat some
we'll get
chicken.
there eventually.
And then just wish for panties instead.
World's most comfortable pair of underwear.
If you selected the Dragon Balls, is that not what you would ask for? I mean, come on now.
Redacted.
You're exempt from that. Well, actually, I don't know. You can answer that too.
I mean, I suppose I would wish for more than a single copy.
Yeah, I just get a pet dragon.
I mean, I might as well if I went to the trouble of gathering the Dragon Balls.
1 per Dragon Ball?
A year's supply.
A year's supply.
A year's supply.
It depends which dragon we talk about.
On a daily basis?
1 pair for every day of the year.
Ugh.
See, if it's just the original dragon with 1 wish, no, I'm not going to vote for that. If it's the redone dragon with 2 wishes, no, I won't vote for that. But now,
2 wishes?
If it's the one from Namek...
Yeah,
3 wishes.
Well,
yeah.
You know.
I mean, at that point, you have 3 wishes, you might as well.
Am I just realizing that Zhongli is just... it was just the Dragon Ball dragon of Genshin Impact? He just shows up for its wishes, but in return wants a contract.
Yeah, kind of. Now that you mention it.
And then he just dies on his birthday.
He didn't die. Spoilers.
Oh,
well, as far as anyone in Genshin's aware.
Oh man, you ruined it.
Morax's 5,235th birthday. Zhongli, well, guess I'll die.
That's how you retire.
Retire in style.
He finally heard from Venti again, and he's like, "Oh no, not again."
Azure, I don't think will be spending as much buying food because he'll probably scour and scavenge for food for a lot of things.
And savage.
Yeah, and savage, depending on it.
Yeah.
I mean, not as savage as a certain somebody with some pigeons.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, now I'm normal. Thanks.
I'm normal?
I'm sorry, did that... okay, you're not normal. I'll take it back. You're not normal.
There's one thing I know about this group. None of us are normal.
I mean, who here hasn't played a Pokemon game and wondered if Miltank's milk is better than regular cow milk?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to be honest here. I've literally never played a Pokemon game.
Wow.
To be fair, you're not really missing out on that much.
I never said I was.
I think it's... They have so much potential to make Pokemon into something amazing.
Absolutely.
But they're so stuck in... Like, I grew up Red and Blue. I do love it. Mm-hmm. But even the newer ones, I haven't wanted to play because it's like... One, some of the Pokemon seem kind of lazy, and I don't think some of them are that clever. But two, it's like they haven't changed the formula that much, and it's like with the potential... Like, could you imagine if they could release a 3D Pokemon game on PC?
Yeah.
Genshin, but Pokemon, basically. That would be great.
Yeah.
I work with a guy at work that is obsessed, or not obsessed, but just is, like, really into, like, the current ones where he's with a Pokemon turn into motorcycles, apparently. He was really upset one day, like, he was going on and on about how he was, like, so angry that the game, like, launched, like, really, really buggy and, like, all this stuff. It can't keep, like, a solid frame rate, and, like, all this stuff. And I'm like, you realize you have been buying into, year after year, buying into a franchise that, for better and for worse, both at the same time, is literally meant for children. I don't know what you expected in terms of quality of production.
And that's the oddest thing, because I was a playtester at Nintendo when Black and White came out.
Were you?
I actually playtested Black and White.
That's awesome,
Ooh.
dude.
Honestly, Black and White, if you look at the story, you look at the stuff, Black and White wasn't made for kids. It had a lot
No,
of
that was as
dark
mature as it
themes.
ever got.
Yeah, and it was also their most successful in game, Black and White 1 and Black and White 2. And so it's interesting that Nintendo's success, just like Nintendo of America, is so hard fought because Nintendo Japan has so many adult games and mature games, but Nintendo America is trying to stay family friendly when it should really just let go and become a video game company and release some of those games.
It really
Granted,
should.
we are also talking about the video game company that that when they were the publisher for Final Fantasy, they had to change every reference from holy and from holy magic to white magic because they couldn't make any biblical references.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nintendo is way too stuck in their ways.
Nintendo
so
of
they
America.
refuse to change.
Yeah, Nintendo of America is the issue, not
too,
Nintendo.
yeah.
Exactly.
Well, both,
Nintendo
yeah.
proper's fine.
Yeah, because regular Nintendo, which is in Japan, the real Nintendo, does everything flawlessly. Like honestly, they release games for old people. They have a bunch of different genres. They even have dating sims that you could play with like the remotes, with the wireless remotes and junk. It's amazing. But here it's just like
I need to look into.
Yeah, things just get so neutered here. It's horrible. Censorship.
Or just really weird censorship that isn't even kid friendly. It's just weird.
Yeah. Our feeble Western brains can't handle it, people.
I do find it funny. They're like, oh no, we must protect the youth. Meanwhile, the youth have seen more junk than anything.
Yeah.
Do they not remember being a kid?
Yeah, it's like people don't remember being a kid.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I also have to say it's because
Nintendo
of America changed presidents.
Right.
Because during the 2000s when they started to do some of the Metroid Dark and the Black and White and all that junk, the president in charge was Reggie Miophilis.
Yeah.
And he left. I'm so happy I got to meet Reggie when I worked at Nintendo because I worked at the headquarters.
That's cool.
I also got to meet someone that I will to this day never forget. Met the creator of one of the creators of Mario.
Wow.
Yeah, he came there with Reggie for a meeting because I guess they oversee some of the stuff. Because I did test the Mario one where they introduced the cat suit.
World, 3D World.
Yeah,
World or whatever.
There we go. Yeah, I tested bangers. I tested Professor Layton. I did Pikmin, the last Pikmin they released.
I love 3.
3
Pokemon.
Or the handheld one?
This was back when Black and White came out.
Okay, so back on the Wii U.
Yeah, I think Pikmin 3 or 4.
Okay, yeah.
Pikmin
I like
3,
that one a lot.
Yeah.
That one was really good.
I tested
like
that.
one a lot.
I tested Pokemon Black and White. I tested the Mario World. I tested Professor Layton. Can't remember which one. I think it was the Aztec one. Legend of Zelda 4 Swords.
That one was good.
Almost as if on cue, you can hear a roar coming from the woods.
All right, give us your best roar, Flux.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Roar!
That's actually pretty good. Not bad.
I was channeling my inner Bowser.
Roar!
Brah, brah, brah!
Blah.
Jack Black? Sorry, wait, no.
Not out yet.
I want to see it, but I won't. Not going to support the Mario casting. Can't.
Yeah,
I agree.
I don't want to support Chris
But
Pratt
what if
as
it's
Mario.
actually good?
It will be.
Yeah.
Once somebody online replaces the.
Yeah, I was gonna say once I can watch it secondhand or something.
They
Yeah,
showed
once
all
someone
of the
deepfakes
Mario properties, and I clapped.
Just I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Quick side notes: if Nintendo knows what they need to do, they need to grab Steve Martinet and literally just have him record basically every word in the English language once, so that when he dies, they can use an AI program to replicate his voice, because I will not accept any other voice for Mario other than Steve Martinet.
Absolutely not.
How do you know they haven't already done that?
Yeah, that's true. But then they would have just used it for the movie, right?
What do you think?
No,
so?
the reason they stated they signed the actor they did is because of star power. They wanted a star, another
blah,
star
blah,
power.
blah.
If they had done that,
Star power
as well.
this, star power that.
It wouldn't have sold as well.
What about
That's
the
true.
power
By the
of
way-
the child stars or whatever they have?
By the way,
What is that
do
power?
we know if the voice actor for Sonic in the Sonic movie is the same one from the games? Because I don't believe it is, right?
No,
No,
it's not. Except for Tails.
Tails is.
No, well, Tails is the same, yes, but by that same logic, the Sonic movies are also terrible by that logic as well, because they don't have the original voice actor for Sonic.
I will state this though, the voice actor who did Sonic, Ben Schwartz, actually is a
Well, also
God, and one of the-
Sonic's had multiple voice actors, and
Yeah.
Mario
Well,
really
yeah,
hasn't.
but like the predominant one at least.
he did he wasn't Sonic in one of the things, but I know he starred in one of the same animated things that was made by him, by the same person.
Honestly, I think Sonic needs a new voice in the games. I heard the one in Frontiers, and oh my gosh, he sounds so old.
Also, I like the Sonic voice actor from the movie. I think he did good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
think he's a
did.
good Sonic.
Oh, he did do a good job.
He was a fantastic
Yeah, Sonic alone has had, not even including the movie, just the video game, has had like 7 or 8 different voice actors.
Nearly every character has.
I miss Ryan Drummond, though, from Adventure.
Yes,
He was the best
absolutely.
Sonic.
He was my favorite. I'm not
I'm
just saying
it
that
in
because
Sonic
he's the
3.
first Sonic voice I heard.
I'm just saying that if in 3 they don't get the same voice actor who did Shadow for Shadow the Hedgehog to play Shadow, I'm going to be very upset.
Oh, it's absolutely not. He's not even the same in the games. I don't know who they get now, but the voice currently in the games is terrible. It's
Well,
like
the
worst
voice they
one.
currently use is the guy who does Sonic. I forget his name.
No, that was when it was the Sonic
Oh,
X
that was
era.
when it was 4 kids.
That would be the Shadow of the Hedgehog one.
One can dream that the next Sonic movie will just have Shadow just swearing out of nowhere abruptly for no reason.
Yeah.
I would love a Shadow
not like this.
spin-off
Damn,
movie.
not here.
Just another Shadow game. Anything with Shadow, please. He's my
Black
favorite.
Doom. Black Doom.
Shadow, I need you to take out the government and the gun soldiers.
You know, honestly,
You're
the
destroying
biggest
my
thing I
black
worry
creatures.
about, I don't care about Shadow's voice actor as long as they get someone good that actually has a dark tone. My big concern is the fact that Jim Carrey won't be returning as Eggman.
That's
I
true.
know, that would be
Yeah.
terrible.
He's done acting.
Awful. That's so sad.
Because also, you have to think about this. They got Idris Elba to do Knuckles, and Knuckles didn't have that dark of a voice in a lot of the stuff, but I feel like it works better for the darker tone of the movie.
It did work.
So
It
for
worked very well.
Shad-
And he
for
could
Shadow,
pull off
I'm
comedy
thinking-
when he needed to.
Yeah, I feel like with Shadow, it's okay if you go for a star, but it has to be someone who can fit the tone. Because Shadow
Yes,
is always
absolutely.
serious, even when he kind of jokes.
So who's the biggest edgelord in all of Hollywood?
He's like the Vegeta of Sonic.
Yeah.
Literally, he is. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
I think that old YouTube series, like the Screw Attack Death Battle stuff, didn't they do Shadow versus Vegeta?
Did they?
I think they did.
I know they did Shadow versus Mewtwo.
Oh, yeah, Battle of
that
the
makes
Perfect
sense.
Beings.
Ultimate life forms,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
I remember that now.
See, I know the rumors for Shadow is Pedro Pascal from Mandalorian.
No.
Keanu
Who?
Reeves.
Okay, that one
Ah.
possibly.
Will
Awesome.
Arnett, but he would be using like his Lego
Will
Batman voice.
Arnett?
Mm.
Wow.
Using the Lego
Bojack.
Batman voice.
Wow.
James
Well,
McAvoy, and this is
Okay.
the one I like most.
I vote Will Arnett.
Here's the one I like. It's the last one. John Berthal, who did Punisher and from Walking Dead.
Okay, I was about to say, remind me again who that is, but I know exactly who that is now. I can see that one, yes.
Yeah, I can see him. I think John Berthal would be a great choice.
I
That
still
actually
personally vote Will Arnett because I can imagine them turning Shadow into Bojack as just this really sad, depressed
Instead of a
they
sad
did
horse
say
man,
he
he's
would
a
be
sad
using
hedgehog
his
man.
Lego Batman-esque voice. Lego Batman
No,
voice.
no, that's still not gonna work. We get Will Arnett to do his regular voice, but he plays Big the Cat.
That would
I
be
could see that.
great. That would be fantastic.
Froggy.
He's a really depressed cat because he can't find his frog.
Yeah.
I'm so focused
man,
on
Froggy.
Shadow, but I heard there's rumors that they're going to add a female character, but they didn't specifically mention Amy, which means there's other characters they could add.
Well, if they're adding Shadow, they could add in Rouge.
I would love Rouge. I love Rouge.
They could add Rouge. I love Rouge. Though.
I love Rouge.
That'd be something.
Yeah, I know. The only
be
problem is where they
fantastic.
try to censor Rouge because
I was about to say they're gonna make her outfit
How
lame
sexual is that gonna be?
because
because her outfit in Prime is already a little lame.
yeah, I do like her pirate outfit though.
The pirate one's cool.
Yeah, in
Yeah, the
Prime,
pirate
I do love her outfit changes. I think her original one's boring though.
But it's
All the
better than
changes
some
to
of the
her
ones
outfits.
I've seen.
Yeah, it's true.
Like some
But
of
yeah,
her
the
outfits
question is
ugly.
like, will they make Rouge the bat? Because I know the bat she's based off of is a like actual large-breasted bat. That's the only reason she has a chest compared to other characters, is because the bat she's based off of does have a large chest. So it's
Anatomy.
exactly, and they did technically give her kind of a bust in Prime compared to Amy, or.
They did. I was surprised. They let her have a chest.
But it is true that Rouge is supposed to be kind of like she flies, but she's stealthy. She's quiet. So a more tighter suit would make sense than her more sexualized ones.
Well, she was basically a spy
Yeah.
for the government. When
So
she
I
came
wouldn't
out.
mind Rouge being in the movie as long as they did her right. Not to mention you have to find a good voice actress that can be badass but kind of seductive too, because
And
not to
Hollywood
mention
doesn't
you need
allow
someone who
that
can play
anymore.
off of Idris Elba, because Rouge flirts pretty openly with Shadow and Knuckles. And
Yeah, like I know they eventually kind of started pushing Shadow and Rouge together more, but I always liked them better when it was Knuckles and Rouge.
Yeah. I felt like they had, and that's one reason in Prime that I think you can see that there.
I gotta watch Prime. I
You have to
just
watch
came
Prime.
out, so I gotta sit down and watch it.
I burned through all episodes in one sitting without even realizing it. There's only 8, and I didn't realize it.
Yeah, I heard there's only 8 right now.
Yeah, it's so good. It's definitely getting a second season. No way.
It has to.
Did our tangents diverge too long?
We'll see.
I think they were better than last time.
It'll make for the extra funny bits section.
Yeah, the extra video
funny.
will have some more content.
I want to know how long the
Can-
extra video is in comparison to the actual video.